Hi guys, welcome back to episode 9. Today we've got a few things to do. We need to actually start moving things along in the automated thing. So I'm just going to quickly get rid of these seeds. Oh no, I have thrown my wrench over the side. What will I ever do? I think I will jump after it. So, thanks to the suggestion of a few people and accidents that keep happening, I've put a glass bottom on the pit. This way, you can't fall into the void. And unfortunately, what caused me to finally put the glass down there in the first place, as you can see, you can still see that, but you can't see it from up here, which is fine, because hopefully you're not going to be standing down here too much. Anyway, what finally convinced me to put it down there is I threw my damn hammer off the side, doing exactly what I was ham-fistedly trying to pull off here by throwing my Yeta wrench off. So I can't really throw seeds or anything off the side to get rid of them. I have to put them in the trash now, because otherwise they just sit down there and do their thing. But today we have to make a new hammer, and I have enough for the head, which is great. No, I don't. Don't have enough for the head, because it's 8 for the head and 8 for each of the plates. So I need more cobalt. Shh! Don't tell Fireball, but I am stealing some cobalt. Thanks, Fireball. Really, it's just so we can get the thing on the way, because we want to start hammering out the rooms and things now. And yeah, so there wasn't an episode yesterday as the time of this recording, because I was doing a lot of bee stuff. Now, I personally find bee stuff horrendously boring, but fortunately we have Gendistry on the server, which allows you to speed things up a little bit. And the reason I was doing it, there I go, typing server, cobalt. I can't remember how much I had back at the base. But there we go. It's 2 plates and a head. Cool. So Gendistry, because I was getting radioactive bees, so that I could have radioactive bees constantly producing uranium, which converts to uranium. And we're just going to have that as a way to supplement, or either as the primary source or as a supplement to the uranium income from the quarry. Reason being is we want to make sure we're always uranium positive, so the base doesn't have any problems. Now I have to go under the old tower, because that's where the smeltery still is. In you go. Great. And swap these out. This one. Hammerhead. So I also need a tough tool rod, and I'm going to make that out of ardite, as I always do, because stone sense, I think it's called. Or stone something. Makes the... As the weapon's durability degrades, it gets faster. So, ardite. I'm sure I have enough ardite. Yeah, I do. There we go. I think a tough tool rod is only 4 ingots, not 8, but we will see. Unfortunately, this hammer is nowhere near as good as the one that I threw over the side. How are you doing? Not too bad. So I've got to wait around for that stuff. So someone is also asking me what the chicken was doing on the mini-map. It's this chicken. This chicken right here. Just produces eggs and feathers. Haven't moved him, haven't changed him. He was there for when I was trying out the witchery stuff, because I wanted to get the... whatchamacallit? Oh boy. wanted to get the Mutandis Extremis to see if we could get the Ghostwood to show up, which we never did. Because we wanted to try and make an obelisk, which lets you set spawn points in dimensions where beds normally explode, this being one of them. Can't have a bed in the end, it will explode. How's this doing? You done yet? Not quite. You done yet? Not quite. You done yet? Seriously, finish. Yep. Yepperoonie. I think the bar must go off outside its barrier a little bit, which is weird. One of the Tinker people should fix that. And the reason I'm using Cobalt Head is because Cobalt is the fastest we have access to, I think. Apparently shiny is meant to be the new hotness, but we can't make shiny Tinker stuff, so not on this server at least. Right, Hammerhead, you go back in. Tough Tool Rod is 3, not even 4. Great. Suppose I can start melting that. I'm going to get through that cobalt before it manages to melt down and turn to manilian. Manulin. Sorry. Og. Unfortunately, I do need this hammer. I need it quite badly. No more cobalt left. Because other than corium pickaxe, it's one of the only tools on the server that mines out an area larger than, out of endstone anyway, larger area than a 1x1. I mean, I could dig out using the cobalt pickaxe because it is pretty fast, but to the point where it'll end up going through the endstone like dirt. But unfortunately, it would still take longer than just using a hammer and be less accurate. Go, alright, melt. This goes back. That goes on the table. Nearly. So yeah, today we've got two things we want to do. We want to dig out an area to have as the permanent processing room for materials coming in from the quarry, and secondly, we want to have a little area for the bees, the radioactive bees, to produce their uranium, so that we can have a uranium income outside of the quarry. And I don't want to use MFR lasers for that, because I just thought I would want to try something different other than MFR lasers. I also don't like the high cost associated with MFR lasers. There you go. Also want to take you on a quick tour of the temporary room I set up as well, because that has changed a little bit. Okay, this one, that's what we want. Hammer. Awesome, we have the hammer. I'm actually going to take that with me so I don't have to fly back. Might regret it later, but whatever. So there's that bee stuff that I set up, and in here I've got all these radioactive bees. 10 radioactive princesses and 10 radioactive drones. all genetically set so that they will live for a long time but produce a lot of material. So that's a good thing. So I just want to set that down there, and I want to put some lapis and some redstone on it, just to ensure that those things are options. Although I think a level 1 tool, yeah, it doesn't start with it. Well, I guess redstone first, then I'm not much in a hurry to have looting. Fortune, rather. Cool. Alright, let's go take a look at that temporary room that I have. You'll see that I made some more smart cable, and now it runs underneath there, and it's using some channels. If we come across here, we have this P2P tunnel pulling off channels. This one is feeding power into that system, and this one is getting power. I needed this because it didn't seem to be able to take power straight from a dimensional transceiver, but this dimensional transceiver is feeding power into this RF P2P tunnel, and that comes across this way. If I dig out these, this is where the 32 channels comes into this room, and from there we have an RF P2P output there. We have another one under here somewhere, which is feeding these 3 autonomous activators. We now have a bunch of wool and more seeds, of course, and we have another RF P2P over here. We also have this thing. As you could see when I came in here, there was no more barrels. So what's happening here is the quarry, which is not running at the moment. It delivers everything into here, and then from there on the quarry side there's another small network taking everything I don't want and dumping it into a trash via a storage bus. And then we have an inverted storage bus that looks exactly the same as the trash on the quarry side, which is importing from this purple chest and outputting to this ME chest, which gives me all of this. So now I have an ME chest full of everything that I need to process, which is quite a bit of stuff. Not too much though. I should actually get that quarry running again, so I think I might run off and do that. Okie dokie. So I've run it twice. I've got one here. I marked them out with nether brick with a torch on top. So there's the first two, and then this is the third one over here, which is twice as big. This one is an 8x8 chunk vision. So all I need to do is have you receive power again, and then off it goes, doing its thing. It's having trouble getting rid of all the trash materials. That's okay though. Oh, and I put a 2x speed upgrade on it, which is why it's twice the size now. And because the reactor is producing enough power. It doesn't for a very long time, which is why I turned it off, because after a while the system just can't keep up. So I have to turn it off and let the battery in the reactor rebalance. But we'll sort that out soon, which is why I'm producing all of this Indarium, because we want to create a bunch of ludicrate. And I need 2 stacks of Indarium blocks. Not 2 stacks of Indarium, but 2 stacks of Indarium blocks, because we want 1 stack of ludicrate blocks. For some reason I have some Indarium on me. I think what I might be missing in there is pearls. Unfortunately, none of that is automated, so I'm just kind of having to check what I'm missing and then pop it in like that. And off it goes. And I need to put some more Indarium blend in there. That can go back. So we're nearly there for 1 stack of Enderium blocks, and I have some more in the system, but not a stack. Let's see how much I've got. So we've got a ways to go yet. 27 in the system, so not too bad. Shiny is the problem, obviously, which means I need fierce, because shiny ore doesn't seem to exist on Forgecraft. So I have to get fierce ore and turn that into shiny by using cinnabar and all of that. So let's start digging out a room. This will be the first official room of the base, and I think I like where this doorway is placed actually. So I think what I do is I'll just go straight across. And of course this hammer isn't going to be amazing for this obsidian. In fact, is it even skill level, mining level manual? And yeah, this should work. It just looks like it's going to be slow. And the room's going to be nude at first. It's not going to be made of obsidian, just because I want to set things up and make sure things are running properly first. Come on, lag. I broke that. What? There we go. Okay. Wow, this hammer's terrible. For now, anyway. It hasn't even got a level yet. And how much do I need for it? 1,000. Okay, it's going to take a while. So we can go back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-ish. So 1, 2, 3, and I think I'll go back 4 actually. But the room will be long in this direction. And I figure it'll be kind of this wide. What's that? 3, 6, 9, 12. Yeah, 12. That's good. Does 12 have a center? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, it doesn't have a center. But this should give it one. Sorry, I'm bad at math in my head. If you've been watching me for any amount of time, you probably already know that, but you'll have to get used to it. Yeah, there we go, there's the center. I should have realized actually, being 12, even number, it's not going to have a center. So yeah, I'm just going to dig this out. I guess what I'll do is, I don't usually do this for the Forgecraft series, but since it's going to be pretty boring until I've actually got the room dug out, roughly, I think I'll just end up coming back. I'll cut anyway and come back once I have the room dug out. So, see you soon. Alright, I'm back. And we have a fully empty, completely barren room that we're going to put our processing in. I expect the quarry processing is going to be across the back wall, which we're going to be using like an array of sag mills, an array of alloy furnaces to process. Sticking with Ender IO, that is. But something we want to do now is we want to hook the room up to AE. So the way we're going to do that is we're going to create some more peer-to-peer tunnels. Excuse Mr. Police Officer outside. Apparently it's a busy night. So we have our P2P tunnels, and the other thing that we want to do is, I have some red dye. I have some actual dyes from doing the bee breeding, so that's very handy. And how much smart cable do I have? Enough. And we're going to make this the red room. So the way that we are going to do that is we want to pull some channels off of this controller, right? And like last time, we put a P2P down, and then we hook it into the system like that. Now this one is fine just to be like this. It's using a channel off of this portion here because of the fact that this line is directly attached to that, and this uses a channel. We could avoid that by putting a piece of quartz between these two, but just for the sake of brevity, I think we want to just keep things simple. Is that actually going to work? It probably isn't. And the reason why is because this P2P tunnel is providing the line going over here, right? So if I wanted that line to also provide for over here, it would need to be coming off, coming through this P2P tunnel, but you can't tunnel an ME P2P through another ME P2P. So if I was to attach that over here anyway, and then memory card this to that, it wouldn't work, unfortunately, I don't think. We can give it a try, but I'm pretty certain that it's not going to. So I need to dig down here, find the cable, which is there. And we can attach that because it's Fluix. And then we do a P2P here. And we want to get the memory card out of the bag. I'm pretty certain this isn't going to work, but you know what? Why not? So now we need to do is watch the P2P tunnel up there in Malia, or Wyla. It says device online. There is a way for me to check it though. I'll make a blank pattern. Oh, wrong one. Blank pattern. And this is just going to be like nothing. It's bronze, bronze. Sweet. And that's there, and now we want to make an interface. Not an interface. I don't have any annihilation cores. I'm doing that in the pattern terminal. Whoops. Okay, AMI interface. Now, if this is working, what's going to happen is I put that in there, and I should be able to see the recipe over on this terminal. Bronze. Yeah, see, I can't see the recipe at all. I might be acting too quickly, but no, I can't see that. Okay. That's fine. So we are going to have to figure out a different way other than what we have set up already with how to get the channels over there. And I think how we're going to do that is we're going to not have you. Right? So the way this is going to work is you are going to be directly linked up. Just like that. And then what's going to happen is we're going to have like that. And not sure why I took all that apart actually, because now I get to prove that this works. Interface. Blank I cleared the pattern. That's okay. Bowl equals bowl. Sweet. Excuse the Enderman screaming. Now I've put bowl recipe in there. I don't think I've hooked you up. Copy, double check. Paste. So now, hopefully, what's happening? Device missing channel. Device online. What's happening is, because this line is now directly connected to that rather than through a P2P tunnel, this connection is going through the controller and out that line, and then out the other P2P. And having it coloured on the Fluix is great because it just tells me where it's coming from off the controller. So now if we go to bowls and try and make bowls, and just to make double sure, craftable bowl. See? Great. So that is working. So now we just need to fix what I changed about the other one. Just to make things work better, I think what I'll do is I'll arrange you differently. You're going to be like that, and I'm going to... What? It comes under the center of the door, so that's here. I'm going to pick a color for this room temporarily because it is a mess. So that room is going to be drop. Excuse me. And why aren't you showing? Oh. Right. Drop. Let's make this one yellow. Nah, cyan. There we go. So the difference now is that I can go like this. And that is cyan. And we'll copy you. One, two. Yep, that's right. P2P. Paste. And I have some smart cable that I can't really use. So let's make some smart cable. We have a bunch of wool, thanks to Mr. Sheepy. By the way, I've put torches and removed the endstone that was blocking the grass. So now he's got plenty of opportunities for growth. Please clear that, thank you. So And the wall goes. Blank pattern can live there. We want to come back around here. Cool. So we want to make covered cable. Covered ME-Fluix. Bam. I don't have enough of that. Let's make more. I don't have enough of that. There we go. Now I don't have enough glass. Always something. As you can see, putting the glass bottom on the thing took a lot of out of that barrel, considering that it was full. Although I did need a little bit for the bees. Alright, let's do this going this way. More ME cable. I like using smart just because it communicates a lot more information to me, and you know, I'm all for more information uses. You know. Where is it? Shapeless. There we go. We want that one. So we're making lots of Fluix smart cable. Right. So now, very briefly, that should all start talking again. Device online, there it goes. Cool. And if I go back to crafting, you'll see something which I forgot to show you about the other room. Craftable. We have the processes. So what's happening there is, if I ask to make one of these, let's just take, actually I need a bunch more of these, so let's make 10 of those. It's going to send 10 redstone, 10 diamonds and 10 silicon over to that system and dump them in the chest. And why I like doing it that way is because it saves a lot on channels. Rather than having one channel for this one, or, well, 2 channels for this, 2 for that, 2 for that, 2 for that, 2 for that. We're only using 2 channels for one chest for 5 different systems. And that ends up producing my 10 engineering processes, which is great. So now we have a system that works. It's color coded. Fluix will run up this hallway, and then we can come off the cable, which is feeding these with P2P tunnels. If we ever have more than 16 P2P tunnels, because one of these cables can only hold 16, or is it 8? I think it might be 8. Well, if we ever have more than 8 different rooms going in this direction, we can just simply change this to a dense cable and run that up that way instead. Hello guys, having a party I see. Producing way too many seeds. I really ate that config. Let me just do some cleanup and then we'll get on with it. So for now I'm just going to dump these smart cables in here because I don't need them. And go pull more seeds out and get some torches out of here. Make sure they don't spawn in that room. F7. Now hopefully with this room lit up, Enderman won't spawn and just start spewing seeds everywhere. Someone in the comments suggested I should just create a vacuum chest out here in this on the plateau, which sucks in enderman seeds and then moves them to a trash. And that's a good idea, but unfortunately they only have a range of 6 blocks, and if I was to put that in the middle, that's not going to reach. So I'd need like 4 different vacuum chests all set to that, and I don't know, I can't be bothered. Right, so what we want to do now is we want to create a bunch of sag mills and a bunch of, I'm going to create 9 sag mills and 9 alloy furnaces. That's where I was trying to go. How many can I make? Because I'm right nearly. Amber. Nope, that's not going to work. As you can see, I've processed a bunch of iron ore since last time. One, two, three. Nope. Why did it only make 16 capacitors? So used to working in powers of 2. Right, so let's make 9 of you. I don't have flint. Okay. Gravel. I know how I can get flint. Right, it's 2. That should be enough. There we go, 9 sag mills. Let's do the same for alloy furnaces. Now I need 27 furnaces. And you should be in here somewhere, because you're called an alloy furnace. Guess not. Ah, alloy smelter. I need 9 of you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Bam! 9 alloy furnaces, 9 sag mills. Now I might reposition things a little bit, but for starting off I'm just going to space things out a bit so I know where I'm putting things. And I'm stealing this idea directly off Mr. Echo the Builder, who has an awesome YouTube channel, so I highly suggest you go look him up. He made a much bigger array of these in his series, but basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to space these out a bit. Whoops. Okay, and now I need to make a bunch of hyper rationing pipes. So how do I make those? That is easy. Let's make a bunch of buttons. A bunch of hyper rationing pipes. That's not enough. Or maybe it is. I think it is actually. So a hyper rationing pipe will ensure that only one item of any type coming through the system goes into things at a time, which means that say that 9 pieces of copper came into a buffer that sits here, which is what we're doing anyway, buffer, and there's 9 pieces of copper, and then it'll put 1 piece of copper in each of these, rather than dumping all 9 into one. But we need some covers as well, so we need to go make those. Cover. What am I doing? I don't want that. I know how to make a cover. Saws in my bag. What do we want the covers to look like? That is the important question. Do I have anything that I can use right away? Nothing's really catching my eye so far. Let's take a look at chisel. Actually, I have a good idea. We could use that might be pretty good, but I don't think connected textures will work. So it would look like a would look like this over and over again, rather than a series of tubes. Whereas this will tile a bit better. I don't know. Going for the rusty grate, I think. So let's go dig up some technical blocks, which I should have. A few of them anyway. Saw. Chisel. Right, let's do it. Technical. Start off with that many. That should be more than enough actually. So what I need these for is because you can see that all of these are connected every which way they possibly can, and that's no good, because what we want to do is we want to ensure that this has the most direct path possible. So the way that we're going to do that is we're going to do it like that. Although I think we might want to do it like this. And the reason for that is because we want it to end down here, so we can just keep going under the ground. Which makes me question how I'm going to deal with this one. But what we could do, well, if I added on one more row of sag mills and one more row of alloy furnaces, we could ensure it starts where it ends. So let's do that. So I want 6 more of these. I'm surprised I have everything for those. 6 more of you. 3 more of you. Sag mills. Nine more of you. Right, cauldrons. I always forget the cauldrons. There we go. Cool. So here we go, making our first rearrangement. Now I don't have enough hyper rationing pipes, I don't think. So we want to finish there. Okay, so it starts in the ground, ends in the ground, which is exactly what we want to do. We'll just do that. And then go make some more hyper rationing pipes. I think it was buttons I ran out of. Hyper. Yep. So the question is, how do you then get everything out? Retrieval nodes. That's the answer to that one. So we use a normal node to push into and a retrieval node to pull out of. And that's how we manage that. We just make sure that all of those are set to push-pull on the back. And we can do that like this. Push-pull. I don't think we have to do it like that, but it helps. Oh, we can't use a conduit probe to do it. So I guess what we'll do is I'll just make sure it doesn't work first before attempting it. So we want to create 2 retrieval nodes and 2 normal nodes. Node. Do I have any in the system? I have that. Then we need to make 8 more because the retrieval nodes. Oh, 4 more. Whoops. Now I have a bunch of extra nodes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Emeralds. Pearls. Okay. Right, so those are going to get made. What I'm going to do here is dig down. Because basically we want things to be hidden, right? Come into this room and all you see is the machines. So I don't have any normal pipes. Babe, I have a little bit, might be enough. And buffer. Two of them. So you are going to sit right in the middle of this whole thing, like that. And we are going to pull out of you. And we are going to... Oh, left the retrieval nodes. And we are going to retrieve it for you. Okay, so what's happening is this is pulling out of all of these, that is pushing into all of these, and then we're going to have to do the same over here. Although a little bit different, because this is going to only push, because the quarry is going to push into that. Okay, and then we come down into here, but I don't have a third buffer. Great. Because also the nodes work unpowered, it means I can show you it semi-working, or give you the idea of how it works before I actually get it working totally. So let's go grab like 18 iron ore. Okay, actually it's not 18, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 24 iron ore. So if we put the 24 iron ore into there, it's going to get pulled out, and you're going to see that there's only 1 iron in each of these sag mills. Only 1. Right? So back in this chest we should have all the iron's gone, because it's waiting, 12 of it is waiting to go in all these, and it's not going to go in them until they've processed them. And in order to keep things hidden, because we need to power them, what's cool about this is that we can put power directly into these nodes, and we're going to do that through P2P. So let's start doing that. I'm just going to dig up the entire floor because I can. There, we've found our first connection. So let's go get some more smart cable and another P2P. P2P. Okay, and my smart cable. So I'm just going to do this really crudely at first. I might rearrange this bit. We're getting long in the tooth for the episode, so I just want to get this hooked up quickly. Oh, we might need to move that over actually. Or, no, I don't think we will. There we go. I do need my memory card again. There we go. So we're going to go copy the P2P connection for RF, which is this one. And paste it onto here. These should, after a while, once that's had a think, start receiving RF in some order. Not quite sure what order that's going to be. You say you're online. It might actually have to be a single piece of RF cable, which is a little bit annoying, but that's okay. Let's go do that. And by RF cable I mean RF pipe from Extra Utilities. RF. Actually, let's look up pipe. Energy extraction, energy pipe. No, it's going to have to be a node. Energy node. Because I don't think I can put that straight into there. We'll see. Let's break that. And that. Because we want to put that there. Okay, that's energy pipe, so that is technically only moving energy. It would never move any items or anything. Are you online yet? You are. And none of you are receiving RF. So yes, we're going to have to make an energy node. It's no problem though. energy node. No. Node. Transfer node. Make one of those. No? Make one of these. No? Make some redstone blocks. Now make some speed. Okay. Make a bunch of redstone blocks. Speed upgrades. Yay. Breadth first. Hooray. 4 nodes. And for gold. Whoops. So I'll just sit here for a second while this does its thing. We might need to turn this into a hyper energy cube, energy node, but I don't think we will. This has a maximum transfer of, I think, 20,000 RF. But I'm pretty sure we're not going to need 20,000 RF at a time. Okay, we have a transfer node. So if we swap out the energy pipe for our energy transfer node, this is now, there we go, okay, great. So as you can see, those are all lighting up one by one. And what we can do here is like that, and now all those will get power. Although these are really slow right now. But there you go. We need to put some speed upgrades in the retrieval and transfer nodes, but we also need to put the upgrades in these furnaces and stuff as well. But there you go. System is working. And over here we have incoming stuff. So I think that's where we're going to have to leave the episode. I'll leave the floor open, so next episode we can continue working on it. Next episode we'll hook up the quarry. We'll also get some upgrades into the retrieval nodes and into the smelters so that they are working faster. Everything's working faster that way. And then hopefully we'll just be, it'll be about making sure that all the right things are going to all the right places, and that we're getting a decent output straight into our AE system. So, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.